Jackie's Gumbo. Uncle Jackie's Gumbo.
It's the Uncle Jackie's Gumbo Show.
Uncle Jackie's Gumbo.
It's the Uncle Jackie's Gumbo Show. Sunday at 5, tune in live.
Grab a bowl, come feed your soul. Let's go. Uncle Jackie's Gumbo.
It's the Uncle Jackie's Gumbo Show.
Uncle Jackie's Gumbo.
It's the Uncle Jackie's Gumbo Show. A little bit of this and a whole lot of that. Stir it all together and what do you get?
Uncle Jackie's Gumbo.
It's the Uncle Jackie's Gumbo Show.
Uncle Jackie's Gumbo.
It's the Uncle Jackie's Gumbo Show. Sunday at 5, tune in live.
Grab a bowl, come feed your soul. Let's go.
Come on, y'all. Let's feed your soul. Let's go. Here's Uncle Jackie live right here. WGSO 990 on the AM and WGSO.com. If you want to watch what's going on behind the scenes, go to Jackie Harris at Facebook, and you'll be able to see exactly what's going on. Man, we got the show lined up for you today. In studio, we got Carolyn Cotto. We're going to be bringing in Henri Herbert, the piano player that sounds just like the Killer. And then also, too, we're going to be having Donny Markowitz. This show is being brought to you by our wonderful sponsors. We just love them to death. We're talking about Venetia's, y'all. Yep, Venetia's. We also have Wake and Bacon. Wake and Bacon. We have Wake and Bacon. We also have a lot of other sponsors. But wait a minute. No, hold on. Let me think about what sponsors we got. We got Betsy's Pancake House. And also we have Odie's Cookies. Odie's Cookies are just absolutely delicious. And they bringing us the show. Well, today we got two major movies that are being combined that are influencing what's going on today. What movies am I talking about? The movies I'm talking about are, in fact, My Big Fat Greek Wedding and Dirty Dancing. Now, when you combine these two, you try to combine these two, you're going to come up with My Big Fat Greek Dirty Dancing Wedding. But all that aside, this is how it works. We're talking about a play that came from a book. The book is called Tiny Beautiful Things. The book was adopted by Nia Vardalos. Now, who's Nia Vardalos? Nia Vardalos is the woman who wrote the movie and performed in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. And the way that started was that she started performing at Second City in Chicago. And there she would learned improv. She learned how to write. She learned how to improv or whatnot. Eventually rolled into a one-woman show, a stand-up routine called My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Now, she performed it at a theater in Los Angeles, and Tom Hanks and his wife Rita just happened to be there. Now, Rita's of Greek origin, so immediately they went backstage after the play and said, "Hey, this can make a really good movie," and that's how the movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding came about. Well, we're not going to be having My Big Fat Greek Wedding, but we are going to be having Tiny Beautiful Things, which is a play that's going to be starting on May 8th at the Marquette Theater at Loyola University. And the adaptation of the play was done by Nia Vardalos. Now, the music is being provided by the Academy Award winner, Donny Markowitz. Now, who's Donny Markowitz? Donny won the Academy Award for co-composing I Had the Time of My Life from the movie Dirty Dancing. It was a hit movie, hit song. And so we do have the combination of Nia Vardalos and Donny Markowitz. And Donny Markowitz just happens to be on the phone with us right now. Hi, Donny. How's it going? Welcome to the show.
Hey, Jack. How you doing? Great to be here. And let me just start off by saying I've been to Betsy Pancakes, and it's great.
Oh, you've been there. Okay.
I've been there, so you know what? Check it out. But anyway, yeah, I'm working on this play, and it's called Tiny Beautiful Things at the Marquette Theater, as you said, and it's based on an advice column called Dear Sugar by a woman named Cheryl Strayed. And it was adapted into this play, and it's really moving. You know, I really like it. It's a good play, and I think that the audience is going to really get into it because it's got humor, but it's also got some raw emotion to it.
I love it.
And it's going to be great. The director is Michael Newcomer, who's outstanding, and the theater is the Crescent City State. I mean, it's at the Marquette Theater, but the theater company is the Crescent City Stage, and they're a nonprofit company, and just wonderful people. And I went to the first table reading last week. It's really going to be cool. It's really going to be cool. I hope everybody gets to see it. And Jackie, you're going to be my special guest.
I appreciate that. Now they sought, as I understand, they sought you out to write this score, and it's the underlying music that's like being played that enhances the emotion, enhances the scenes, enhances the whole theatrical production.
Yeah, and I'm also doing some sound design, and it's just a load of fun. I mean, Michael had called me looking for somebody if I knew anybody that wanted to do this, and I said, well, what about me? He said, you would do it? I said, absolutely. And I read it, and it's great, and it's really fun.
Yeah, and so the movie is like I'm foreseeing this could possibly become a movie, with your magic and also with the magic of Neil Vardalos. Between y'all two, this is probably going to become a movie. It's like a Dear Abby. It's like the lead character is like a Dear Abby. She's writing, and then you have all of these stories about these people in their real lives, and writing into the Dear Abby column, and then it's performed out on stage.
Yeah, it's really something, and I know that there are going to be tears in the audience, because when I was there for the reading, man, it's emotional, but it's also beautiful. It's just pure human honesty, and what more do we need right now, than some human honesty?
Yeah,
and I think
you got that right, brother.
This is what this is about, and the beauty of theater. I mean, I used to have a T-shirt back in the day that said, "Theater is life, film is art, and television is furniture." And I admit TV has improved a little bit over the years, but
you're exactly right. That's how
right, huh?
That's how they presented TV in the first place. They had to make it look like a piece of furniture that would fit into your living room.
That's right.
A big old gigantic set that took 3 people to carry into the house.
There you go.
Now
there
it's like the thinner the screen, the better.
Yeah. But like I said, that was back in the day.
Right, exactly.
A little bit.
But man, I love a good play that beseeches the feelings and the emotions beneath the surface. I talked to Caroline Cotto. She's the co-host today. Say hello to Donny real quick.
Hi, Donny.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Great. You know what I didn't say was Happy Easter to everybody.
Yes, Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Forgot to say that. In Greek they say Christos anesti, and then the response is Athilos anesti, which means Christ is risen, and the response is He is truly risen. So it's a beautiful day, and we are celebrating, and we got the bunny thing going on. I got bunny ears on top of my head, and Caroline's dressed appropriately, looking all Easter-like and everything else like that. So it's a wonderful day.
Well, you know what they say in New York, don't you?
No, what did they say?
They say, Happy Easter, right?
Are you a New
Enjoy
Yorker?
the rabbits, enjoy the eggs, hunt some eggs, whatever. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. You're from New York, Donny?
I'm originally from Jackson Heights, Queens, and spent some time in Los Angeles, but we ended up here in New Orleans for the last 15 years, and I love it. We love it.
I'm a New Yorker,
Absolutely
too.
The best.
I'm from New York, yes.
What part?
Represent. I was born in Manhattan and grew up in Westchester.
Nice.
Yeah.
Caroline's a rock and roller, and it's very unique because she sings these blues with an alto voice. She's quite unique, and so.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, she's
I'd
cool.
love to hear it.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to be playing some of her songs during the show and whatnot. So, Donny, so when is this play? It's going to be, I know it's going to be May 8th, the Marquette Theater at Loyola University. It's called Tiny Beautiful Things, and it's going to be running from May 8th to when?
May 8th to May 25th, 2025. And I hope to see a lot of people down there. It's like I said, it's a nonprofit theater, and we could use, it's thought-provoking theater, and I want to see a lot of New Orleanians come down there and check out. Theater is great, and there's not enough of it in New Orleans, and we aim to change that.
And now,
one more thing I wanted to.
Oh, that's right. Go ahead, Donnie. Go ahead.
Before I go and before you guys go, that I just released a movie that we've been working on for a while called Street Beat, Drumming Below Sea Level.
Oh.
And it's all about the drummers in New Orleans.
Wonderful.
The legendary drummers from Zig and Doug Below and Stanton Moore, you name them, they're in the movie. 21 we interviewed. 21 drummers we interviewed. You can find it at streetbeat.video.
Okay.
And
Very
hope
cool.
you all check it out.
Now, how do people get tickets to go see Tiny Beautiful Things?
Tickets can be purchased at www.crescentcitystage.com.
All right, crescentcitystage.com, y'all. Get the tickets to Tiny Beautiful Things. That's going to have a wonderful music score by Donny Markowitz, and the play adaptation was done by my Big Fat Greek Wedding, Nia Vartalo. So the combo of the two, man, it's like two masters with a wonderful combination, with a lot of love and a lot of creativity. Thank you, Donnie, for being a guest on this show. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Happy Easter, everybody.
Happy Easter. Yes, absolutely. Definitely. Definitely. Now, while you're thinking about Easter, you might want to think about where you're going to go get some dinner tonight. I'd like to kindly suggest Venetia's Italian Restaurant. That's where we're going afterwards, I'm telling you. If you want to meet the Wrecking Crew, they come down to 134 North Carrollton. The number's 504-488-7991. Man, they got the food. They got anything you want over there. I mean, I know most people think about Italian food. Oh, yeah, spaghetti and gravy with meatballs. There's so much more. There's so much more. Soft shell crabs, baked meatballs with ricotta cheese, eggplant parmesan, 14-inch bone-in veal rib chops. Look, they bring out the steaks, they bring out the meat, and it's like this. I can't tell you where that sound comes from, but you know that's the signature sound, and that's how that steak and their meats come out. They got the pizza. Oh my God, the crust that's to die for. It's that thin New York style pizza, thin crust. The prices are reasonable. The portions are big. You're not gonna get like pay a big amount for a small amount of pretty looking food. You're gonna pay some money. It's reasonably priced. Portions are so big, you're 99% guaranteed to go home with a go box. Seafood stuffed whole lobster, spinach ravioli. Now listen, the pizza head, they got a stone oven, and so they'll put exactly what you want on that pizza. The crust is the magic though, because it's like, okay, they start the pizza out for about 20 minutes, then they slide that pizza on top of the stone. And that's where the magic happens with the crust. Oh my God, yes indeed. Now Venetia's has a second location. Did you know that they got Venetia's East and Venetia's West? Yeah, Venetia's East. That's the old one that you took your date to the prom. 134 North Carrollton. Call to make reservations at 504-488-7991. If you're just by yourself, go ahead back to the bar. Go sit at the bar. It's a great place to be, and there's no strangers there. We all make friends with each other real fast and have a good time. The bartenders are very friendly. Now, Venetia's West is at 1915 Pratt Street in Gretna. The number there is 504-910-6302. That's 504-910-6302. At the old Tony Mandina's, y'all, across the river. That's Christian's the manager. Christian used to be, a big-time waiter over at the old Mandina's and stuff. I mean, the old Venetia's is what I'm saying. Anyway, so look, you want to get over to Venetia's. The one on West Bank is still open tonight. Give Mom a break, so you ain't got to take care of washing dishes and all that stuff like that, cooking, washing. Just say, honey, come on, it's Easter. Let's go treat ourselves. Let's go to Venetia's. So, yeah, why don't y'all do that? Go to Venetia's tonight. That's one, Venetia's East, Venetia's West. Venetia's, where Italian food is definitely the best. We're going to break now. When we come back, we're going to be having this fellow from England, and his name is Henri Herbert, and he plays the piano just like Jerry Lee Lewis. That's when we come back, y'all. Don't go away.
As an organ donor, your story doesn't have to end. The good in you can live on. In fact, you could save up to 8 lives with your gifts. Your heart could keep beating. Your kidneys could keep filtering. And your intestines could keep on digesting for others. And that's not all. You can improve the lives of 50 more people as an eye and tissue donor, restoring sight and health. And you're not just helping out the person receiving the transplant. You're touching whole families with your life-saving gift. Register in minutes. Just go to organdonor.gov. You'll be happy you did. And just maybe, someone else will be happy too. Sign up today. Go to organdonor.gov. It saves lives. U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
Bring your business back to life with signs. Show-stopping signage can give your business the visibility it needs. Sir Speedy is a trusted resource for sign design, production, and installation. From trade show displays, banners and posters, to directional signs, window decals, wall graphics, and more, Sir Speedy's sign capabilities can help your business get noticed. Call us today at 504-586-9812. Sir Speedy, we do.
Real Talk with Revolution is back. This is Effie, and I've brought along some new friends.
Nikki D here. We'll be talking real estate, real life, and everything in between.
Please join us
every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on WGSO 990 AM and streaming live at WGSO.com.
Hi, this is Kate Delaney from America Tonight. The show kicks on at midnight, and I'm loving the overwhelming support in New Orleans. What a group of fantastic listeners here on WGSO 990 AM. Join me every morning to catch up on what I call the buzz in your backyard and mine. You'll hear some of the most interesting people on the planet from the world of business, politics, sports, and, well, just intriguing people with a story to tell. If you're around, give us a call. Don't worry, I'll spit out the number plenty of times on the air. Let's agree to meet at midnight right here on WGSO 990 AM in New Orleans.
Hey, Mimi, we love Wednesdays, but we're moving to a new time.
Listen to He Said, She Said, Wednesdays at 6 p.m.
As usual, we'll be discussing and debating the hot topics.
And taking your phone calls.
You can find out who's right. Of course, that's me.
No, wait, Jeff, I'm never wrong. Remember, happy wife, happy life.
So we'll have a lot to talk about on He Said, She Said.
Listen to the Crew of Crew Air, Wednesdays at 6 p.m.
Right here on WGSO.
Welcome back, y'all, to Uncle Jackie's Gumbo. Now step back in that P. Rochette as we glide down the bayou.
Woozy music, you might be asking. Well, we got the man on the line himself. His name is Henri Herbert. Dude happens to be from England. He was born in France, and he's right here on the line, right with us, right here live today, right now on Easter Sunday, April 20th, 2025, right here at 990 on the AM and 990 and WGSO.com. We got Henri Herbert talking to us live from Austin. Hi, Henry. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you. It's good to be here.
Man, you know, we went to your concert last night at Chicky Wawa last night on Canal Street, and it was really awesome. I mean, boy, you you were killing it like the killer from Jump Street right off the bat, man. Like, take no prisoners.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and then I also enjoyed it when y'all slowed it down a bit and you got into these blues numbers and whatnot, you know, because, man, you were doing some stuff on the piano, and boy, and, I mean, your backup band, man, these guys are just, like, freaking awesome.
Yeah, they're good. I'm lucky to have them in the band, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now, so we're going to ask you a couple of questions here, my friend. Wait a minute. You got to say hello to your pal, Caroline Cotto, who just happens to be sitting in the studio.
Hey.
Hi, Henry.
Hi, Caroline. Thanks for getting up to sing with us the other day.
I know. It seems like it was just yesterday, which it was.
And we drove through the night.
We did.
Absolutely. There you go. So, when were you first bit by the music bug? Let me answer that question. What was your first memory of, like, getting bit by the music bug where you found that you had some kind of interest in music?
Well, I don't know, because I always loved music, and I can't remember ever not loving music. So I think I've probably heard music before I was born. I loved it while I was still inside the womb of my mother, because my dad and mum are great music fans, and they would be listening all music all the time. So I think, but then when I got the performing music bug, I remember distinctively when I was in France, and I was about 11 or 12 years old, and we were on holiday in France, and there were these two cats playing boogie-woogie piano in the street on a real piano that they were busking in the street and rolling it around, and it sounded so good, and I was like, oh, someone else is doing this stuff, because this was before the internet. This was in the sort of, I mean, the internet was still a thing, but nothing like what it is now with YouTube and everything. So the only way I could hear music was buying CDs and records, which sounds so archaic to say now, but that's what it was. So I didn't really...
Hold on to that thought, Henry, because we're getting pushed to break right now. We got to pay some bills, but we're going to continue on with this when we come back from break, and we're going to continue on with the interview, and then we'll have you play, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Hold on, mate. Okay, listen, y'all, don't go away. We're coming right back. T-Dro, take your hand off that radio. I know you're trying to get up there and change the dial. T-Dro, get your hand off that. I say Coco Robo Show. You know what it means when I say Coco Robo Show. I mean, get your hand off that dial.
Hey, do you ever wonder who really listens to talk radio? Or even, who is this new Lisa and why are we going live with her? And what does it mean to be unscripted? Hey guys, my name is Lisa Leonardi and I am the new talk show host of Live with Lisa Unscripted. My show is about living our unique NOLA life with a touch of inappropriateness and a ton of side-splitting laughs to get you home every Monday at 4 p.m. here on WGSO 990 AM.
Big Easy Pet Shop and Rescue is a non-profit volunteer-run rescue. We provide adoption services and care for homeless animals across the New Orleans metro area. We also offer pet supplies and grooming services at our downtown and Marigny locations. The shops are located at 839 Spain Street and 513 Dumaine Street and are open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. weekdays and noon to 6 on Saturdays, noon to 5 on Sundays. We can be found on the web at BigEasyPetShop.com. Support local animals in need by shopping and adopting with Big Easy Animal Rescue.
WGSO 990 AM is the only locally owned and operated talk station in New Orleans. We feature 20 local hosts discussing a variety of topics. In an era when the daily newspaper is being discontinued and our competitors are out-of-state media conglomerates, we ask you, our listeners, to support local programming on a local station. To advertise or sponsor one of our great shows, contact me at jeff@WGSO.com or call 504-669-6076.
What's up, y'all? I'm Derek, Mr. Smoker Freeman. Do yourself a favor. Tune in to the Only Good Vibes News Network, Thursdays at 4 p.m. on WGSO AM 990 or streaming on all your devices at www.wgso.com. Join Whistle and Jay as they bring you good news and good vibes about our community. Just 1 hour a week. Come practice a positive vibe.
With SRN News, I'm Jason Walker. Death toll is climbing from some very rough weather. Floodwater is being blamed for the deaths of 2 people near Oklahoma City, and another person in Oklahoma has been killed when a small town was hit by a tornado. In the meantime, parts of Missouri and southern Illinois now bracing for possible hail and twisters throughout the evening hours. Investigation continuing in Nebraska. That follows Friday's plane crash that killed all 3 people on board. Officials say the small aircraft went down in a river. Some people love it, others hate it, but all agree it is controversial. College sports is changing. The opening of the college football transfer portal creating a dash for cash as the delay in a judge approving the House versus NCAA antitrust settlement has extended the window, really no limits for what they can make. This is SRN Sports.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust. Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything from making the claim to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits. A $2,000 value, free.
Call for your fast free quote today. Call 800-289-6016. That's 800-289-6016. 800-289-6016.
For over 15 years, Wake & Bacon has delivered uniquely traditional quality food. When our customers leave, we want them thinking, why did that taste so good? And the secret is we make most of our items in-house, from our sourdough bread to our very own spice blends that will have you coming back again and again. And even though we love bacon, we also partner with local companies to be able to deliver vegan options to all of our non-meat eating friends. With locations at 4408 Bank Street in Mid-City and 900 Dumaine Street in the French Quarter, we're ready to provide fresh, high-quality, and affordable meals for breakfast, lunch, and brunch. For catering, contact info@wakenbacon.com. That's WAKINBAKIN.com.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kristen Chenoweth. When our servicemen and women return from war, they often carry wounds that the rest of us cannot see. Up to 1 in 5 veterans who served in Iraq and Afghanistan are diagnosed with post-traumatic stress. And often, even the best treatment, including medication and therapy, they fall short. Sadly, more than 6,000 veterans die every year from suicide. Thanks to the life-saving power of the human-animal bond, professionally trained service dogs can help. But connecting a veteran with a well-trained service dog can be difficult. Wait lists are long and training can cost tens of thousands of dollars. But service dogs can bring healing. If you're a veteran or know a veteran struggling with post-traumatic stress or traumatic brain injury, please go to AmericanHumane.org to learn about their Pups for Patriots program, which provides dogs to veterans for free of charge. Let's help our veterans heal from the invisible wounds of war.
Stand by.
Welcome back, y'all, to Uncle Jackie's Gumbo. Now step back in that P. Rocher as we glide down the bayou.
And as we're gliding down the bayou, I want y'all to think about the most fabulous cookie in New Orleans. What is the most fabulous cookie in New Orleans? Well, it's Odie's Cookies, none other. A friend of mine is named Marlene Moises. Her grandmother came from Lebanon, and she brought this killer recipe for cookies over here to the United States. Fine Lebanese delicacies. My God, you have one of these cookies, man, you're going to want more and more and more. For years, she'd bring me some cookies from at church, and I would drop them off on my doorstep for the holidays. And I'd say, man, every time I'd see Marlene, say, where are my Odie's cookies? Where are my Odie's cookies? Because they're so delicious. They're like they're a butter type of cookie. It melt in your mouth. And they got different type of cookies. They got the original butter filled with apricot, raspberry, chocolate cream, vanilla cream, or lemon. Also, She's got a specialty cookie, pralines and a cream. It's actually part of a praline put inside the cookie, and that's delicious. That's dedicated to the city of New Orleans. Marlene also has one time made a designer cookie for Jimmy Buffett, and it was a key lime cookie, and that was absolutely delicious. Now, where can you get Odie's cookies? I'm glad you asked that question. You could get them at Martin's Wine Cellar, Mona's Restaurant on Bank Street, Rue Royale, another place called Feniche, and the Stellas. Now, if you have you got a store and you sell various things, you might want to carry Odie's cookies. Now, the way to do that, to get these boxes, and they're not going to stay long on your shelf, believe me, because once people get a taste of those Odie's cookies, they're going to your shelves are going to empty. Believe me in what I'm telling you. You're going to be calling Marlene Moises at 504-482-1070. Odie's cookies, available at Martin Wine Cellar, etc. Delicious Lebanese cookies. I know. I gotta watch myself because I'm on a diet, man. I get a hold of a pack of these Lebanese cookies, man. I'm in trouble because they're so delicious. Made with New Orleans' finest ingredients. Made with New Orleans ingredients, y'all. Even though it's from Lebanon. Odie's cookies. That's 504-482-1070. Odie's cookies. And now we're gonna bring back our mate over here, Henri Herbert. Hello, Henry. Welcome back to the show.
Hey, thank you.
So glad to have you. So, as I checked your bio, and one time you played on David Letterman, dude.
Yes, that's right. About 10 years ago now, or maybe a bit longer ago, I was in America for the first time, and with a band called the Jim Jones Review. Jim Jones Review. We were a high energy rock and roll band from the UK, and we played all over the USA and stopped over in New York and played the David Letterman show, and it was a great experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, people really desire to be on that show. For you to just fall right into it, man. The planets must have been in line that night, man. Wonderful. Must have been an incredible experience.
They were aligned. Yeah, they were. Yeah.
So also too, you're getting ready to go on a whirlwind tour here, all the way to Japan, throughout the east, and then also up in Australia. Tell us about that.
Well, first I go to Hawaii, where I play there about once a year, once every 2 years. I like it there very much, and then I go to Japan and I hook up with the company Roland, which make the keyboards that I play and the pianos.
All right.
And so I'm going out there, and I'm gonna play with a lot of very talented Japanese musicians out there. And we're putting, as a friend of mine, a drummer out there who's going to help me put some bands together to back me up. And then, so that's very exciting. That's one of the things I like the most, is when I get to play with musicians in their hometown or I go to them on their turf and play with them, if you see what I mean. I love doing that.
I have a wild question for you here and stuff like that. This is like a roll of the dice.
All right.
I know this hot guitar player. He plays the guitar like it's going out of style, man. And he lives in New Orleans now, but he's originally from Japan. Junya Migishi. Have you ever come across the likes of him?
I've never come across him specifically, no. But I know you've got good taste in music, so I'll take your word that he's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, smoke comes out of his guitar, so that's cool. And I saw smoke coming out of your piano last night.
Man, thank you.
So when did you first start dabbling with the piano?
I was about 6 years old.
All right.
Yeah. And I used to play a lot, trying to copy Little Richard records, mainly, and Chuck Berry. And because Chuck Berry has a great piano player on it called Johnny Johnson.
All right.
And then, of course, Jerry Lee Lewis and the great boogie-woogie players from Chicago, like Albert Hammonds and Pete Johnson and Fats Domino as well, the great Fats Domino.
That was going to be my next question, what your influences were. Jerry Lee Lewis, of course.
Jerry Lee, Fats Domino, Little Richard.
Now, what are you doing with your left hand as opposed to the right? Or the right hand, I saw you were laying down some chords. But you had like Were you duplicating on the left, or were you like doing some like bass line stuff?
Well, a bit of both. Like, it depends. When we're with the band, sometimes I'll set up the groove, and then the band takes over the groove that I set up, and then my other stuff. Or sometimes I hold down the groove, and then the guitarist does stuff over the groove. So it kind of depends on the number, but it's kind of intuitive. Like, we don't really plan too much of it out. It kind of happens on its own when everyone's listening to each other on the stage.
Now I heard you periodically cover some of the old classics, some of the some of the forerunners that went before you, but also you come up with some original tunes. What's some of your inspiration for writing some of these original tunes?
Well, I'm inspired by a lot of early blues, but more the guitar blues than the piano blues, like John Lee Hooker and Son House, those kind of grooves. Yeah. And then also the more contemporary rock bands. I'm saying contemporary, but it's still like 30 years old, 50 years old, like AC/DC, and some of the punk bands like some of the early punk bands like the Ramones and the Sex Pistols, and I like that energy as well. And so, and of course, like a lot of my favorite musicians, were not themselves songwriters, so they adapted other people's songs. Like Jerry Lee Lewis was not a songwriter.
Well, speaking about songs, you're gonna play us a little. You're gonna dabble with us over here and play us a little song.
Yeah, I'm gonna play a tune called. I might slow it right down because you was kind enough to talk about some of the slower songs earlier. I'm going to play a song called "Hymn to Freedom."
All right.
Nice gospel based by the great Oscar Peterson.
Awesome. All right, man, that was really nice. Absolutely, I'm telling you, you got two women swaying and whatnot, and smiles on our faces, and everybody's enjoying themselves. Boy, with that, man, that was like that had like a real New Orleans feeling to it. I mean, it's like that's the kind of music you play when you're sitting on a levee watching the boats pass by on the Mississippi River.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. I'm glad.
Oh, that was beautiful, Henry. It reminds me of like the Mahalia Jackson records, you know, and it just comes to mind. I was thinking of Elvis, How Great Thou Art. I love those gospel records. So it just really.
I love all that stuff. That's great. Yeah.
It really touched me. Yeah.
Now you got something. You got a quick tune to take us out because we're getting ready to go to break. But I'll let you take us out.
All right, I'll do something quick for you.
And you're listening to Uncle Jackie's Gumbo, Henri Herbert on the piano. And Henri Herbert on the piano, just going at it, man. It's a beautiful, beautiful tune, absolutely. WGSO.com, WGSO 990 on the AM. He's playing live, man. This ain't pre-tape. This is live stuff. Yay! All right. Thank you, Henry. Thank you, Henry. Now we're going to be talking to you on the other side of the break, okay? We're going to talk to you in a little bit.
Cool. Talk in a bit.
Alrighty then. While we're getting ready to go to break here, I want to tell y'all about the one and only Betsy's Pancake House. If you're thinking about where you want to go to breakfast tomorrow, get yourself over to Betsy's Pancake House. They're not fancy schmancy. You know, they don't have no white linen and stuff like that where, you know, you got to bow down before you walk in. You just walk in, sit yourself down. It's like going to your mama's and them. That's at 2542 Canal Street in New Orleans, right in front of the Canal Street streetcar top. You're going to go there to eat. Yeah, you're going to go there to eat and enjoy yourself and then get yourself some nice coffee, a nice breakfast. Boy, they got the pancakes. Let me tell you about the pancakes. They got buckwheat, chocolate chip, pecan, blueberry, strawberry, apple, old-fashioned, short stack, banana nut, silver dime. It goes on and on. They got breakfast specials. Now, the breakfast specials on Monday through Friday, 5:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. I want you to pay special attention and close attention to that time. I said Monday through Friday, 5:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. If you get there at 10:31, you won't be able to get the special. I'm serious. They look at their watches and they'll tell you it's 10:31. Sorry, you got to pay a higher price. This is what you get with that breakfast special at Betsy's: 2 eggs, any style, bacon and grits with your choice of toast or pancakes. 2 eggs, any style, bacon and grits with your choice of toast or pancakes. Only $8.50, less than $10, y'all. You get all that, but you got to be there between Monday through Friday, 5:30 a.m., no later than 10:30 a.m. Got it? Omelets. Oh my God, the omelets are to die for. They got all kind of omelets, man. They got the Western omelet, best Western omelet, kitchen zinc omelet with everything in it. Ham, sausage, bacon, American Swiss cheese, on and on. When I walk into Betsy's Pancake House, I'm not Jack or Uncle Jack or anything else like that. My name automatically changes to Best Western because I created an omelet over there called the Best Western. It's a Western omelet that's topped with hot sauce, but not the Creole hot sauce. I like Tabasco. And then you got the kitchens that cook. They got daily one specials. You're going to go there tomorrow and you're going to get yourself like some red beans and rice with a pork chop or sausage. Very reasonable price. They give you a little dessert. Your coffee and tea comes along with that. Betsy's Pancakes out. 2542 Canal Street, New Orleans. Right in front of the Canal Street streetcar stop. No reservation necessary. Walk on in, sit down, and you're going to get well taken care of. And I'm going to tell you, the waitresses over there are sassy. So expect it, you know. That's part of the bit. That's part of the deal. We used to say the food is for free. You're paying for the entertainment. Betsy's Pancake House. Like eating at your mama's and them. All right, we're coming right back after this break. Y'all, stay tuned.
For over 15 years, Wake and Bacon has delivered uniquely traditional quality food. When our customers leave, we want them thinking, why did that taste so good? And the secret is we make most of our items in-house, from our sourdough bread to our very own spice blends that will have you coming back again and again. And even though we love bacon, we also partner with local companies to be able to deliver vegan options to all of our non-meat eating friends. With locations at 4408 Bank Street in Mid-City and 900 Dumaine Street in the French Quarter, we're ready to provide fresh, high-quality, and affordable meals for breakfast, lunch, and brunch. For catering, contact info@wakenbacon.com. That's WAKINBAKIN.com.
When disaster strikes, keeping in touch with family and friends and reaching public safety officials is critical. To prepare for power outages caused by severe weather or other conditions, you should create an emergency communication plan. First, check important cell phone contacts, including doctors, veterinarians, utilities, and insurance companies, and note local non-emergency numbers. Store at least one contact as in case of emergency, and make sure that person knows if you have medical issues. Also, make sure everyone in your house knows how to text. Check backup batteries for all your phones and fully charge cell phones, batteries, and rechargers. Sign up to receive mobile phone alerts. Back up and print out important personal data. You might buy a battery-operated, solar-powered, or hand-cranked radio or portable TV to monitor news. Start preparing today. For more info, go to fcc.gov/emergency.
Tired of placing multiple calls to multiple vendors and getting the runaround? Turn to one resource who can get it done. Sir Speedy. We provide a wide spectrum of print, signs, and marketing services, all backed by more than 5 decades of experience. So when you need that new brochure, direct marketing campaign, or signage to promote your brand, give us a call at 504-586-9812 or visit us online at SirSpeedyNewOrleans.com. Everything you need, one resource, Sir Speedy. Join me, BJ Rust, every Saturday night for the Something to Say radio show on WGSO 990 AM and streaming live on WGSO.com.
Hey, fellow patriots, I'm John.
And I'm Mike.
We're the Jambalaya Boys from the Holy and Patriotic Jambalaya Show.
Join us Saturday afternoons from 1 to 2 p.m. on WGSO 990 AM and WGSO.com.
Got a passion for food? Chew on This is now serving up fresh flavors at a new time, Saturdays at 2 p.m. Don't miss a bite, only on WGSO or online at WGSO.com.
Welcome back, y'all, to Uncle Jackie's Gumbo. Now step back in that P. Rocher as we glide down the bayou.
Won't you come? Won't you come? I know that you've been blue and lonesome.
Your Son's done by Caroline Coulter. She's sitting here live in the studio. Hello, Caroline. Going to be talking with Mr. Henri Herbert right now.
Hi, Henry.
Okay, let's get some connection going on here. Henry, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you're going to be talking with Caroline right now. Caroline wants to talk to you.
Okay, cool.
Hi, Henry.
Hey.
Well, I met Henry when I was 22 years old. I went to Paris on my own for inspiration and for music and to check out the scene there. And we had a mutual friend, I believe, and she said, you have to check out this piano player. He loves rock and roll music too, and he's incredible. So we went to a record shop and I saw Henry play, and it was just so nice when you meet other musicians that love the same music as you do. And, you know, growing up, I listened to Sun Studio, all those records by Sam Phillips and like you, Jerry Lee Lewis. And it's so cool that you're on a radio station, and Jerry Lee Lewis is from Louisiana, Faraday. So it's very nice for you. And for me, my journey is I grew up listening to a lot of British music. And for me, that was paramount in my household. And like through the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, I've discovered American music because they were inspired by Elvis and Jerry Lee Lewis and Little Richard, Chuck Berry. And how was that journey for you? Were you listening to a lot of British music, or like how did you discover American music?
I heard both when I was younger. I heard Chuck Berry, Jerry Lewis, and I also heard the Stones because it was my dad's records, and I could hear that the Stones was very similar to Chuck Berry in many ways, and I didn't know why. And then I later learned that they were covering his songs, and they were using a lot of his ideas in their songs. And so, and then the Beatles, I was just always I just loved the songs and the stories and the melodies. Just this, I don't think there's ever been a body of musicians working together who've made so many great songs as that, one after the other. Like, everything is great. There isn't any bad Beatles songs. And it's just, I never tire of listening to the Beatles. And I think the Stones amaze me because they're still putting out stuff that sounds really good, and so I think, yeah, I heard the American stuff and the British stuff growing up, and later I learned how those similarities came about between the two sort of ways of playing that music, like the original way of Chuck Berry, and then the other way of the British guys, where they covered those songs and then drew heavily on them for their own songs. And like, not just Chuck Berry, but Muddy Waters and Wolf and Little Walter, all just massive influences on the Stones, I believe.
Oh yeah, for me, I grew up like the Beatles were very big. My dad's a huge Beatles fan, so he's like, this is like music. This is what. And so the first song I learned on guitar was A Hard Day's Night, and that was like the first record I was listening to. So I agree with you. There's just incredible, the body of work they created in that short period of time too.
Yeah.
And yeah, Rolling Stones for me, the blues music, like Howlin' Wolf and all of that great music, Muddy Waters.
Yeah.
Hubert Sumlin, and like I know John Lee Hooker. A lot of your boogie licks reminds me of like the guitar, which I really enjoy listening to. So it's nice that you're keeping this music alive, and it's so amazing the way you play. And we need to, the rock and rollers, we need to stick together because this is important music. And did you feel growing up in your decade, did you find other kids that related to you? Did you feel like an outsider listening to this type of music? Because I did, because no one was listening to this type of music.
Yeah, I was very much an outsider. And for me, it was, I think it's different now. I think a lot of younger kids are into that stuff. And like not just the music, but all the other stuff around it, like the clothes and the hair and the films. And
we're getting ready to go out, y'all. So listen, Henry, how can people book you if they want to get in contact with you or book your band?
Just visit my website, henryherbertmusic.com, and everything's there.
Okay, and Caroline, the same for you.
Oh yeah, it's CarolineCoto.com and Instagram, all those social media things. Yeah.
CarolineCoto.com. Henry, thank you very kindly for being a guest on the show. We appreciate it. God bless you on all your endeavors and in your journey in the future.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. It's been so fun.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers. We want to thank Caroline Coto. We want to thank Josephine Hennessy. We want to thank Rick Frank. And also we want to thank Henri Herbert for being guests on our show here today on Uncle Jackie's Gumbo, y'all. Yes, indeed.